Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a brand new Doctor Who Big Finish review for today. So this Big Finish review is no other than Doctor Who Only the Monstrous, starring the late, great John Hurt as the War Doctor. So, welcome to my review on Doctor Who Only the Monstrous, starring John Hurt as the War Doctor. So I'm going to put the CD down because I'm going to put the artwork above it, and then of course I'm going to try and get pictures of the CDs of the artworks when I talk about. So what can I say about the War Doctor in Big Finish? Well, it's absolutely amazing. You know, this is the very first box set John Hurt ever did, and it came out back in 2015. When did he pass away? 2018, 2017 he passed away, and he did 4 box sets with him in the Time War. So I've got some notes about what I think of the cast, and then what I think of the stories, and then what do I think of it as a whole. So for actor points, so we've got John Hurt as the War Doctor. We've got Jacqueline Pearce, who plays in the 2 Doctors the telepathic Androgum Shasini. She's in this as well, but she plays the Gallifreyan. Them two are really brilliant, and I really do enjoy like the way John Hurt has chemistry with her, because it really does kind of like bounce against the 2 characters. So John Hurt is great as the War Doctor. Plus, there's like some little bits of it where in John Hurt's performance, I hear just little echoes of William Hartnell's Doctor. So I do really hear Hartnell's Doctor in him some points, which is that I absolutely do like it, because when he starts saying something, I'm like, and I had to rewind it to re-listen to it, and I'm like, that sounds a bit like William Hartnell's Doctor in him. And that's the one thing I love. I really do enjoy the way I just kind of hear the angriness and the bitterness of the first Doctor in John Hurt's performance, which is just absolutely fab and amazing, because it's really great where you kind of listen to a Doctor or watch a Doctor, and you kind of hear or see in their performance other bits of Doctors. So to actually hear in John Hurt's performance echoes a little bit of the first Doctor, I had to admit I really enjoyed it. So of course we have Rejoice, who basically helps the injured Doctor, because the Doctor's injured, because at the beginning of the story he basically saves a bunch of Time Lords so he can destroy a Dalek time fleet, which does lead to the Doctor being injured and landed on the planet Casca. We have another character named Figley, who is a Time Lord soldier who works for Jacqueline Pearce's character, Obsidian. She's really quite good, because Obsidian, she was introduced in the 8th Doctor Time War series, so the fact that she's still there, and the fact she's there getting annoyed, angry with the Doctor still after an incarnation later. Brilliant, cracking stuff. I really do enjoy them, each performances. The Daleks are great as always. I believe the Daleks are pretty much got that darker teak in them a lot more in this audio. So, what do I think of the stories? So, I'm going to talk to you about some of the plot of the stories, what I think of the story afterwards as well. So, let's talk about the first story, The Innocent. The Dalek time fleet is destroyed by the Doctor. Well, the Time Lords think the Doctor is dead, but Obsidian is not convinced. The injured Doctor is being carefully taken care of on the planet Casca by the woman known as Rejoice. The planet is at war with the Tizerians. Now, the Tizerians do kind of come back in the next 2 stories. I have to admit, I really do enjoy this story, because John Hurt and I don't know the actress who does the voice. So I don't know the actress that does the voice of Rejoice. She's really brilliant, and her and John Hurt really do have this kind of great chemistry. And the fact that the Doctor says, in another timeline, you could have been my companion, and the way he actually says that, like, he's like, it really gives that thing the Doctor's on his own, and he wants a companion, but he knows because of the effects of the war he can't have a companion. I do love the fact how the Time Lords try to capture the Doctor, a bit like they do in the War Games with the 2nd Doctor, you know, where they try to freeze time around him, stop him from trying to get to the TARDIS to escape. He's like, what's going on, Doctor? The Time Lords. So the Time Lords are there using this great power that they did in the War Games try and stop the Doctor from escaping. So when they think the Doctor has basically escaped, and the Doctor goes, "Aha, I've escaped! Ha 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 ha! Try and get me now!" And then, of course, they go and turn off the power of the Eye of Harmony, so the TARDIS becomes stuck in the middle of space, and it gets pulled back to Gallifrey, leading the Time Lords to capture the Doctor, which does lead into the next story, the Thousand Worlds. So with the Doctor being pulled back to Gallifrey by the Time Lords, and of course when he gets there, and you've got Falkling with two other guards, and they literally escort the Doctor to this wardroom. The Doctor's there talking. You got Obsidian being this big high Time Lord presence going, "Oh, we've got a plan. We're going to do this. We've got a Time Lord that needs rescuing." And then, of course, the Doctor goes, "Ha ha ha. Yes, of course, I will help." But the Doctor being the Doctor, he actually makes a little device that actually calls the TARDIS to him. So when the Time Lord's there thinking, "Oh, we've got the Doctor, you know, he's going to work for us," the Doctor has another plan to try and escape. He actually activates the TARDIS device that brings the TARDIS to him. And then he escapes from him, which is absolutely brilliant. And then, of course, you've got Valkyrie and the other Time Lord soldiers to go inside a battle TARDIS to go after the Doctor. And then, of course, the Doctor does actually end up back on Keska in a couple of years' time in the far future, where the Trions are basically were at war with the Keskan people. And now they've actually took over because they've actually teamed themselves up with the Daleks. Yes, so because the Doctor basically destroyed the Dalek time fleet, the Daleks go to Keska and basically create a whole alliance with the Trilons, and then to capture the whole entire planet while they dig through the core. And then when the War Doctor gets there, he finds Valkyrie basically after him as well. I really do enjoy this story because this whole performance of John Hurt is all brilliant. The way these three stories are connected, it really does lead in so much really, really well to the Time War. Because the Time War, it's a brilliant, brilliant subject. I wish we had kind of like a little mini-series or something about the Time War with the War Doctor, but now John Hurt's passed away, that's not really going to happen. But I do have to admit, the Doctor, I do love the way how the Doctor manages to escape by using a TARDIS device to bring the TARDIS to him. I have to admit, I do like it. And the fact that we re-meet Rejoice from the Innocent, the Daleks, I love the fact when the Daleks find out that the Gallifreyans are there, they kind of go into like intermediate panic and they go hunting for them. I have to admit, I absolutely genuinely do love that bit. So I love the fact that we have this whole new Dalek called the Prime Dalek. So yeah, we kind of have a Prime Dalek in this story. I don't really get... I would like to see this in actual design as well. I love the fact that we kind of used the Time Lord sound effects from the Deadly Assassin onwards. Because when you kind of hear the Time Lords using their weapons, they actually use the sound effects from the Deadly Assassin, which is really, really brilliant. And the Daleks, of course, use the classic Dalek sound effects for the weapons, not the modern yet. I really do like the fact we kind of got like the sound of the classic Dalek weaponry. I have to admit, I do love it. The next story is, of course, the heat of battle. So when the Time Lords go there to rescue Stratix, Seratix, if I spell his name right, Straxi, something like that, who is the Time Lord working with the Daleks to try and create peace, which is a whole massive lie because Obsidian has this big, massive plan, and apparently she sent him to go and do a peace talk with the Daleks, sending the Time Lords after him. I really do enjoy the way he talks and Strax goes to the Doctor. "Oh, come now, brother Time Lord, you may have done it, but I know exactly who you are. Do not say my name, the Doctor. I do not go by that name." I really love the fact how the Doctor just gets so annoyed when people call him the Doctor. And the way you hear his frustration go, "I am not the Doctor." And the way he literally, and you kind of hear that frustration in his performance is really brilliant as John Hurt. I really do love it. So I do love the fact how the Daleks are planning to rule the non-zone, which is brilliant. So the Daleks are saying they want peace, or do they? The Doctor reminds that they are Time Lords, that they're not there to kill. So the fact that the Time Lords there just want to go and kill the Daleks, and the Doctor goes, "No, you are Time Lords. We are better than this." It really just kind of calls to that nice nature of the Doctor, where he doesn't really want to go around killing everything. He wants to try and make peace work, and then the fact that Time's like, "We're gonna kill them," like so. I love the fact when the Doctor has a choice that it will define him, either him destroying the entire planet and calling him a monster. The ending's really nice though, because when the Doctor and Obsidian go to Kester's future, and the planet is basically being kind of being rebuilt, because the Doctor had to escape inside a battle TARDIS, leaving his TARDIS on the planet Kesker. So when they go back, and the War Doctor basically goes and retrieves his own TARDIS and goes into the war, is really brilliant. Because when you kind of hear Jacqueline Pierce and John Hurt's performance in that too, you can really tell that the Obsidian really does have this so much affection for the Doctor. She's really harsh in a way, and then she's like, there is actually a nice side to me, Doctor. I do like you. It's just you really frustrate me at sometimes. That's what it's kind of like. So this set, I'm going to have to say, it is whopping 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed listening to it. I have to admit, all three stories are absolutely fantastic in Doctor Who, The War Doctor, Only the Monstrous. I do need to get my hands on 2 and 3 of the War Doctor set, because I have got the 4th one, which is Casualties of War. I really love listening to the set. John Hurt is brilliantly as the War Doctor. Jacqueline Pierce is brilliantly as the Time Lord Citizen Obsidian. I really do enjoy this story. The whole 3 episodes, The Innocent, The Thousand Worlds, and The Heart of the Battle. It's really a fantastic piece of Doctor Who storytelling. And the fact we got it set in the Time War is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, 10 out of 10 to Doctor Who, Only the Monstrous. Thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and share. And let me know in the comments, what do you think of Doctor Who, Only the Monstrous. Have a great day.